up a J right after. We got off the phone, yeah, we just reconnected. Been a while since we spoke. You tell me that it's been destined, but the uncertainty, baby, it made you shy away. Now you're not saying I won't make it, what you trying to say?
Hey there, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing great. Got a lot going on this morning, so got here. It's about 5:55. Was able to shoot off a tweet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post in Instagram and on Facebook basically how many pieces of content that I'm able to create in a day, and hopefully that's able to provide some value to you as you try to mix it in yourselves. That was a leaf that just flew by. Hopefully you find that helpful. Let's go. Okay, as I'm logging on here in the conference room for the upcoming 8 o'clock training, I'm making sure that I'm ready to go for the 8 o'clock. And also then in the interim, I was able to post up on Twitter, take that same Twitter and then post it up on Instagram, and then do a quick Instagram story, hashtag and location. Let's keep rolling. While it's loading up right now, it's just logging on. I'm going to then read through my language in preparation. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're doing great. I feel like it went well today, this morning, on the call of memorized language, reciting it. However, you know, I'm going to beat myself up just because I wanted it to be like verbatim, without any pauses, or there was a couple times where I had to rack my brain at what I needed to say, and I just wanted it to be fluid and smooth. So that's just the idea. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great. Sherman's out. Big break here, running to have lunch, really brunch. It's 10:30 with my son, the third one. Fam, today it's Thursday the 21st of November 2018. As I was leaving the gas station, just got myself soda, saw a guy walking by, had a hat on, an HBU University t-shirt, sweatpants, backpack. Didn't look too disheveled or anything, like, but seeing him and got me thinking, man, so many people are out there in pain and need help. And as I drove by, I kind of felt the inkling, hey, why don't you give them some of the money that you have? I have some singles here in the middle console of the car, and pulled the car over and then stopped it and walked over, and he was walking straight on the sidewalk, and I just drove basically out of the parking lot into the next parking lot, and I walked out and gave him the money. And it was interesting just because when I came out, he was just mumbling well, I guess not under his breath, he was just mumbling loudly how he can't get any money to eat. And so I gave him the money and got in the car, and before I got in the car, he yells, "God bless, brother." And felt the Spirit just tell me that was the right thing to do. That inkling, it wasn't a strong impression, but it was an impression nonetheless. And really, that's how I view money. If the attaining of riches isn't for stuff. Right now, I do wear French cuff shirts and the 3-piece suits, but I try to get that pretty low cost, typically at some kind of retailer, not trying to get custom clothing, and nor the cars, that we drive, or the house that we have. I'd rather give my money away than just accumulate it. Now, I want to accumulate it for my own savings from a security perspective, but I want to be able to make sure that I'm doing the right things to be able to help others get to where they need to go. And that's really where I see my life. I see that being an integral part of who I am and what ultimately God wants me to do with my money. That it's not about me getting stuff. It's about if I can just cover my wants and some of my wants, but all of my needs, and that can put me in a position to be able to bless the lives of others, especially because there are so many people out there that don't have shelter, don't have food. And so I hope that as you think about that for your own lives, there can be a way that you can implement that in your own life to make sure that you're giving to others and being of service to your fellow man and woman, and helping them get to maybe where you are. Sherm's out. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Very busy afternoon. Lots of phone calls, lots of emails. The phone calls, sometimes it's better just to do the texts. So ended up, instead of leaving voicemails, sending everybody texts, following up on that conversation. So very productive. Now going to a networking meeting. Let's keep rolling. Everybody has a great time networking, meeting some new folks. Have a great night. Okay, everybody. Real quick, so I had to recap this. First, I think this looks really cool, so I wanted to do it in this one. So I'm going to put it down here. Let's have a quick conversation. So, a lot of people will ask, kind of networking, some thoughts, some advice. Number one, when you go, remember people's names. People appreciate being remembered. One of the most common word that people are familiar with is their own name. The other thing that I would say when it comes to being able to network with someone is I just like to ask them. So, hey, tell me about yourself. What do you do? What's your story? What's your name? It's real simple questions. And then be interested, not interesting. Be professionally curious. It's not 20 questions. It's not an interview session. It isn't, don't berate them with questions, but just be genuinely interested in what they do and how they do it and what makes them tick. And that will allow you to really start building that relationship. And then if you can, again, the next evolution is you can think about, hey, how can I help you? How can I get to where you want to go? Who are you looking for? A lot of times when you come to a networking meeting, everyone has their own ideas of where they want to go and what they want to do and what they hope that they get out of the networking event. So you can ask them, how can I help you? How can I be of value to you? What could I be doing to help you get to where you want to go? And when you have that mindset of giving of yourself, being selfless, then good things can happen in return for you. And not the sleazy, hey, I'm only going to help somebody because they're going to help me out. But there definitely is this psychology of when you go out of your way, when you give a referral, when you give a connection, when you introduce people, there has a tendency to people feel like they owe you something, that they should give you an introduction. And it could be as simple as afterwards you say, hey, had a great meeting with you, chatting with you last night at the event. I think you might hit it off with so-and-so. And then CC that person on the email and say, so-and-so, I met this person at a networking meeting. I think you might hit it off. And that verbal introduction, that digital introduction will help them feel like, hey, maybe we can get along. Maybe we can do some stuff together. So great opportunity there. The one thing that I will say, because I am very active in the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, is to pick an association, organization that you can enjoy associating with those individuals, and a place that whether something comes of it or not, you're just going to enjoy being there. So I'm not really into animals. Other people are. I wouldn't go to the Humane Society. Just not my deal, right? I can't get excited about that. But I will get excited about the Houston Food Bank. I will get excited about those opportunities where we're feeding people, we're giving shelter to the homeless. Those are things that I can get behind because that's where my passion lies. And so if business comes from it, that's a secondary thing to my passion of helping others. So think about that as you belong to different associations or organizations. See what can you do first, how can you be of value, how can you help, and then you'll get yours. Sherm's out.
But I do this cause I live like I'ma die today. Passionate about it, you got a habit of doubting. I got a habit of working and earning it. I am out in the city of angels. I know that they looking out for me. This is my testimony for all of y'all that been doubting me. The evidence is evident. Music is my medicine, my testament. Meant to be true to you, a legend in the making. Make the best of every moment. Cause nothing lasts forever, but forever I'll be focused. Focus on a now.